Okay, hello everyone. Can you hear me very well? Hello everyone. Welcome to Xi'an Jiaotong University admission webinar for 2023 International Students Programs. And today we are going to have the introduction to the programs of the School of Marxism at our university. So it is a great pleasure to have our Associate Professor Zhu Xu from the School of Marxism. So please allow me to introduce him first. Well, Zhu Xu is a tenure-track associate professor and the doctoral supervisor in the School of Marxism at Xi'an Jiaotong University. And his research interests include global governance and Chinese diplomacy. He received his PhD degree of international relations from Nankai University, China, and he has done the research as a visiting scholar at Boston University in the United States and Sciences Po in France. So he is currently the Deputy Director of the Center for Asia-Europe Studies in Xi'an Jiaotong University and the Deputy Director and Branch Secretary of the Institute of Ideological and Political Education in our university. Well, he presided over 5 national and provincial projects, participated in the completion of 4 works, and published more than 30 academic papers. So he was awarded the first prize of Outstanding Achievement Award of Humanities and Social Sciences Research in colleges and University of Shanxi Province. So now let's welcome Professor Zhu to give us more information about the School of Marxism of Xi'an Jiaotong University. Welcome, Zhu, please.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very glad to give you a lecture. And first, let me share the screen. Let me see. Wait a second. Okay. Okay. So firstly, I will give you a brief introduction about the School of Marxism of Xi'an Jiaotong University, and then if I still have time, I will give you a mini lecture. Okay. You know, the Marxist theory discipline of Xi-JTU has a long history and a solid foundation. At every point, a key point in the history of the development of Marxist theory in China, Xi-JTU has always ranked first in the field of Marxist theory, and its achievements in discipline construction are among the first class in the west of China and is a leading level in our country. The School of Marxism at Xi-JTU was established in 2009 and independent in April 2015. In 2016, the Ministry of Education of China received an made A in the first subject evaluation, and it was approved as the second batch of national key Marxist colleges in 2017. In September 2019, the Institute of Marxism of the state government was established. In 2022, last year, the Ministry of Education received an A in the first subject evaluation. So this is history of the School of Marxism in Xi-JTU. And we have almost 80 teachers including 20 professors, 30 associate professors, and more than 30 doctoral supervisors. It is a very large college in our university. Okay. The school has a team of teachers with high morality, a reasonable structure, and outstanding teaching and research capabilities. Many of the teachers have won valuable honorary titles from the country, Shanxi province, and the school. There are 7 provisional and ministerial bases, including the training and a training center for the ideological and political work, a team of the Ministry of Education, and the Shanxi Province Key Socialist Theory Systems Research Center with Chinese characters. In addition, there are 10 characters research centers, which especially organized and carry out academic research, social services, and policy consultation in related fields. Okay, so this is teaching staff. Okay. And next, I will introduce, give you a brief introduction about the discipline. Okay. The main discipline is Marxist theory. The college has the first narrow discipline of Marxist theory. We have 6 second narrow disciplines, including the basic principles of Marxism, localization of Marxism in China, basic issues in modern and contemporary history, ideological and political education, the history of Marxism, and foreign Marxism. Okay. For the international students, we have the special program, international student program. Okay, the name of the program is China's Reform and Development. We have the master degree and PhD degree. Okay, for the overseas students. So in last year, we have 15 foreign students studying in the college, including 3 master students and 12 doctoral students. They come from Spain, Malaysia, Kazakhstan, Rwanda, and Pakistan. Okay. Okay, most of them are PhD students. Okay. And I have one international student. She come from the Nepal, and she has a graduation this year. For the courses, we have some English courses. For example, the governance reform in China, the Avenue of China, comprehensive Chinese, the One by One Road Initiative, and global governance. This course was responded by me. Okay. And a study of China's reform and opening up, Chinese red cultural spirit, studies on contemporary international relations and China's diplomacy, international communication, contemporary Chinese society, gender and Chinese society, cultural perspective of science, technology in Asian China, and classic Chinese philosophy. And also we have the Chinese studies training for HSK text, and classic Chinese poems, and science fiction and imagination, and Chinese music appreciation, and Chinese agriculture, architecture, and landscape culture heritage protection. Okay, so we have so many English courses. Okay, all these courses are taught by English. Okay, and main course in our school, we have 6 main courses. The first is governance reform in China, and second is Chinese Marxism and contemporary Marxism, and the third is Belt and Road Initiative and global governance. And next, study of Chinese reform and opening up. Next, Chinese red spirit culture spirit. And next, studies on contemporary international relations and China's diplomacy. Okay, we have 6 main courses in our college. And also, every semester we hold some lectures, academic lectures. Okay, so you can see these titles. These lectures were given by our professors in last year. Okay, for the research, we have some research highlights. First is Western Poverty Management Research Center. Okay, so this center relies on the major research projects of the Ministry of Education and the Poverty Alleviation Office of the State Council. The Western Poverty Governance Research Center, from the perspective of Marxist theory, studies and sorts out Xi Jinping's important discourse on poverty alleviation, summarizes China's experience and spirit of poverty alleviation, and contributes to the great development of the Western region in the new era, as well as the course of poverty reduction in China and the world. Okay, this is the first center. A second center is Research Center for Political Economy of Socialism with Chinese characters. The center mainly studies Marxist political economy and socialist political economy with Chinese characters, promotes the improvement of the socialist marketing economy system and the innovative development of Chinese economies, and provides policy support and decision-making consultation for government departments and enterprises. Okay, the second center. Third center, Chinese Marxism and Chinese Traditional Culture Research Team. The team focuses on the integration and development of Marxism and Chinese culture, adheres to the guiding rule of Marxism, promotes excellent Chinese traditional culture, draws on the essence of foreign culture, and closely integrates the needs of Chinese national governance practice to promote the development, dissemination, and practice of socialist culture with Chinese characters. Okay, so these 3 teams are the highlights of our school of Marxism. Okay, also we still have some other research centers. Okay, for example, we have if you guys are interested in international relations, we have the Center for Asia-Europe Studies. Okay, this is center governed not by our school but by the university. Okay, So if you guys are interested in international relations or area studies, also we have many professors in this team. You can apply for the master degree or PhD degree in this center, and I'm the deputy director for the center. Okay, so this is a brief introduction of the School of Marxism. Okay, we have we spent 15 minutes to give you a brief introduction. And next, I want to give you a mini lecture about global governance. Okay, the dilemma of global governance and China's solutions. Okay. Global governance is also my research areas. Okay, so you guys know that in recent days we have many global issues. Okay, for example, the climate change. Okay, the environment production, the traditional security, okay, and the population crisis. Also, you know, this last year, the war between Ukraine and Russia. Okay, so we have so many global issues. So nowadays, for the international relations scholar, they have changed their research perspective to global governance. Okay, global governance. So this areas is a very new area. Okay, the concept of global governance came out at the end of Cold War in 1990s. Okay, so this concept is very new, and the theory of global governance is still in progress. Okay. So this concept was a direct challenge to traditional international relations theories. According to international relations, domestic and international societies are entirely distinct and unrelated. But in the perspective of global governance, it aims to govern the world as a whole. Okay, so we will focus on the research on not only states, okay, but also other actors. For example, the non-governmental organization, transnational corporations, civil societies, and mass media. Okay, we have many more research actors. Okay. But nowadays, for the global governance, we have many dilemmas. Okay, we have many dilemmas. The first dilemma, the lack of responsibility, leads to the lack of global public goods supply. Okay, you guys know that at present we still in the crisis of COVID-19. Okay, for the COVID-19, you know, every country, every people, every person face this crisis. Okay, but we can see that from the international scale, we can see actually we need of international cooperation. Okay, between among the countries, especially the great powers. Okay, so for the control of COVID-19, actually international communities and lack of global public goods supply. Okay, but for the global governance, issues, if we want to deal with, solve the global governance issues, we must supply the global public goods. Okay. So to achieve global governance is to ensure the sustainable supply of global public goods. You can see for the these 3 years, we have many internal or external difficulties caused by the epidemic. More and more countries tend to be internalized. Okay, not there is the government pays more attention to domestic problems, whereas the ability and willingness to provide global public goods has decreased significantly. Okay, so this is the first dilemma. Okay, if we want to solve the issues, the global issues, we must provide global public goods, especially for the great powers in the world, like United States. Okay, but at present we can see for the international scale, it is very lack of a global public goods supply. Okay, because some countries lack of responsibility. Okay, so this is the first dilemma. In terms of epidemic prevention and control, some major countries have time to shift conflicts by politicizing the epidemic and labeling the virus, and share and transfer responsibility that they should have assumed in dealing with a series of global challenges such as economic recovery and climate change. Some major countries have adopted unilateral policies, okay, not multilateral policies, unilateral policies, which have caused a serious shortage of global public goods based on multilateral cooperation mechanism. It can be seen that the lack of responsibility caused by the normalization of the epidemic has affected the supply of global public goods. Okay. The second dilemma, trust deficit hinders international cooperation and coordination. Okay. Global governance is the process of coordination and cooperation among multiple actors in the international community to deal with global challenges. And effective coordination and cooperation depend on mutual trust. Mutual trust is very important for the global governance. Okay. But with the accelerated evolution of the century-old situation, the international balance of power has undergone profound changes. Coupled with the impact of the normalization of the epidemic, there is a general trust deficit between countries. Okay, especially between the trust deficit between China and United States. Okay, so this is the very big questions for the international cooperation. Okay, the third dilemma, the crisis of consensus shakes the conceptual foundation of global governance. Consensus is a premise and a foundation of global governance. Okay, you know, the real global governance is to reach consensus through consultation and promote joint action on the basis of respecting the differences in interests and values of diverse actors. Okay, because our world is a diverse world. Okay, we have so many countries. Every country has different cultures. Okay, so we need a consensus. Okay, but in recent years, with the rise of narrow nationalism and populism, the tide of anti-globalization is surging, and the basic consensus on global governance has fallen into crisis. Okay, so this is a very big questions. Okay, big problems. The first dilemma is institutional weakening reduces the effectiveness of global governance system. You know that global governance needs to rely on effective international institutions, such as the United Nations, okay, IMF, World Bank, okay. For example, if we want to deal with the issues of security, okay, global security, we need to rely on United Nations, okay. If we want to deal with the problems of international economy, we need to rely on the IMF or WTO. Okay, but you know these institutions, most of them were created after World War II. Okay, the leading country was United States. Okay, so some norms, some rules of these institutions were, you know, not friendly to the developing countries. Okay, so in recent years, the tide of anti-globalization has been rising, especially the implementation of unilateralism and protectionism by some major countries, especially the United States. This have serious impact the multilateral institutional pillar of the current global governance system. So this means we still face the institutional weakening. Okay, institutional weakening, and it has reduced the effectiveness of global governance system. So this is our 4 dilemmas of global governance we are facing today. Okay, so what is China's solution? What is China's role? Okay, what is Chinese choice? So for China, our solution is very simple. China contributes to a better world. Just like Chairman Xi Jinping said, China is always a builder of world peace, a contributor of to the global development, and guardian of global order, contributing Chinese wisdom and strength to building a global community of shared future and developing a better world. So this is China's policy and Chinese choice. Okay. First, promoting world peace and development through our own development. You know, China is the largest developing country in the world. but we committed to following our own path and managing our own affairs, whereby foreign resources. Okay, we choose our own way. That is Chinese socialism, the socialism of Chinese characters. Okay, we didn't go the Western ways. Okay, so this is how we can make our country more prosperous and our people happier and infuse stability and certainty into the complex world. Okay, so this is our biggest contribution to world peace and development. And China places economic development at the center of its national rejuvenation. For China, we have a non-goal that in the middle of this century, in the middle of 21st century, we will make a national rejuvenation. Okay, this is also called China's dream. China's dream. So this is also the modernization of our country. So we still have more than 20 years. Okay, and we will accelerate the modernization of our economy to better meet people's ever-growing needs for a better life. This is the first solution for China. Okay, you can see this finger. In 1991, just in the beginning of after the Cold War, after the Cold War in 1990s, the advanced economies occupied 63% of the world economy. But the developing countries and emerging market occupied only 37% of the world economy. But in 2018, you can see the advanced economies just only occupying 41% of the world economy. But the emerging market and the developing countries occupy almost 60% of the world economy. Okay, so this is the this means the power shift from the Western countries to the Asian Pacific regions. Okay, power shift. Okay, look at this table. The growth of China's economic strength. At the beginning of the China's foundation, in 1952, for the GDP of China, it only 67.9 billion yuan. But in 2018, we have 20 trillion yuan. Okay, the growth is 174 times. Okay, so another Another figure, you can see in 1952, for the per capita GDP, we only have 119 yuan. But in 2018, we have 64,444 yuan. Okay, the growth is 17 times. So this is the China's economic growth in this half a century. Okay, we have made a very big growth. Okay, because we choose our own development way. Okay. And next table, you can see the improvement of Chinese people's living standards. You can see in 1980s, in the early years after the founding of PRC, at that time, almost most of the Chinese people were in the extreme poverty. Okay, but in 1980s, we have 96.2% people live under the current poverty line. Okay, but in 2018, we have only 1.7% people living under the current poverty line. Okay, for the life expectancy, we can see in the early years after the founding of PRC, the life expectancy is only 35. In 1980s, it reached to 65. But now at present, we are the life expectancy is 77. Okay, 77. So this we can see from these figures, these numbers, we can see China's development in this half century. Okay. A second, pursuing mutual beneficial cooperation and a common development. Okay, so you know, in this world, some countries are getting richer, while others are becoming poor, which makes it impossible to maintain the lasting peace and prosperity around the world. So our Chinese people hope for better life, not only for ourselves, but also for the people of the rest of the world. So China strengthens mutual beneficial cooperation with other countries to promote exchanges and mutual learning and narrow the development gap, embarking on the path leading to fair, open, comprehensive, innovative, and shared progress. So, in recent years, we pursue innovative development, interconnected growth, and converging interests, and we promote high quality development along the Belt and Road. We advance global poverty reduction. Okay. Okay, you can see this figure, China's rural poverty incidence from 1978 to 2018. Okay. And China shares its development opportunity with the world. During the next 15 years, China will import goods and services valuing more than 30 trillion US dollars and 10 trillion US dollars respectively, because we have population of 1.4 billion and we have mid-income population of 400 million. So we have the world's world's largest market. Okay, you can see these numbers. China helps people in developing countries realize their development dreams. From 1950 to 2016, China has provided more than 400 billion yuan in foreign assistance. Okay, and we have undertook over 5,000 foreign assistance projects and held over 11,000 training workshops. Okay. Okay, third, upholding and advancing economic globalization. And China is an active participant in and in a firm supporter of economic globalization. For China, we are not anti-globalization. Okay, we are the firm supporter of economic globalization. Okay, we oppose unilateralism and protectionism. Okay, China is opening wider to the outside world. China is moving faster to promote regional economic integration and continue internationalization of the renminbi. You can see these numbers. China provides the world with public goods. For example, the Belt and Road Initiative. You know, a report by the World Bank by 2030, the Belt and Road project could help countries lift. Will help 7.6 million people out of extreme poverty. The BRI will help 32 million people out of moderate poverty. Okay, so this is the global public goods provided by China. The first solution is developing global partnerships. Okay, China will carry forward, the partnership spirit and to build a framework for major country relations, featuring overall stability and balanced development, establish deeper relations with our neighbors, and strengthen solidarity and cooperation with other developing countries. Okay, this is the first solution. Just like Chairman Xi Jinping said, in handling relations among civilizations, let us replace estrangement with exchange, clashes with mutual learning, and superiority with coexistence. Okay, this is the answer the CPC has given based on its 100-year endeavor and theoretic exploration. Chairman Xi said, we must advocate peace, development, equality, justice, democracy, and freedom, which are common values of humanity, and encourage exchange and mutual learning among civilizations to promote the progress of human civilization. You can see these fingers. These fingers numbers of Chinese peacekeepers and mission categories. And the fifth solution, supporting multilateralism and upholding international equality and justice. Okay, in today's world, equality and justice remain distant dreams. The future of the world should be decided by the peoples of all countries and international affairs should be managed by all countries through consultation. So China will remain committed to multilateralism, uphold international equity and justice, and work with other countries to promote democracy, the rule of law, and a proper balance in international relations. China has hosted the Belt and Road Forum for International Cooperation, the Conference on Dialogue of Asian Civilization, and the CPC in dialogue with world political parties had never meeting. Okay, we have heard many international meetings like this. Okay, the next solution is taking a lead in reforming and developing the global governance system. China has fulfilled the principles of extensive consultation, joint contribution, and shared benefits. Okay, so we will take an active part in reforming and developing the global governance system. We hope to help the system move with the times through innovation and improvement rather than image and the will. Some foreigners gave a very good comments about China's development. So we have actually get many positive opinion of China's development. Okay, so all in all, China's development path will look on brighter and brighter prospects as time moves on. Okay, this is the briefly a very mini lecture about global governance and China's solutions. Okay, I'm sorry, I have 47 minutes. Okay, you guys, if you have so I will give my microphone to teacher Sun. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much for Professor Zhu Xu's lecture, and I believe everyone obtains a good understanding about School of Marxism. And after that, I will give you a short introduction about Xi'an University and its international programs. And after the introduction, we will leave about 10 minutes for you to ask questions to me and Professor Zhu. Now let's share my presentation. Okay, so I'm wondering if you can see. Yeah, I will introduce Xi'an University from these 4 parts. And some students may don't know about where our university is located. Well, our university is located in the city of Xi'an. Well, Xi'an, is the capital of Shanxi province in China, and it is a historical city with the ancient capital of 13 dynasties in Chinese history and the starting point of the Silk Road. And there are many historical and famous sites to visit, such as the terracotta warriors. And if you study or live in Xi'an, I guess you can experience a lot of Chinese culture at any time, everywhere. And at the same time, Xi'an is full of education resources. There are 1.3 million university and college students in more than 75 universities. So, the residents here are very friendly and they can speak standard Mandarin. And I believe Xi'an will be the best city for international students to study Chinese and understand China. So this is about our city. And let's move to the main part of our university, Xi'an University. Well, Xi'an University has a very long history. It was founded in 1896 in Shanghai and was named Jiaotong University in 1921. And in 1956, the main part of Jiaotong University was relocated to Xi'an, and this relocated part was later officially renamed Xi'an Jiaotong University in 1959. Well, Xi'an Jiaotong University is quite a leading university in China, and as a member of C9 Ivy League universities and the first-class university in China, we ranked 52nd in Asia in QS University ranking of mainland China and 10th in 2020 Shanghai ranking of mainland China. And we are a comprehensive research university with 9 subjects. And there are more than 80 majors in 51 schools for international students to choose, and 14 disciplines are ranked above Class A in China, such as the mechanical engineering, applied economics, etc. And among them, the power engineering and electrical engineering ranked A+, that means ranked top 1 in China. And we have 51,000 full-time students and more than 2,000 professors in 4 campuses. Now there are approximately 3,000 international students from over 130 countries are studying in our university. Well, we provide international students with degree courses of bachelor, master, and PhD, as well as non-degree courses, such as the Chinese language program. In this program, your Chinese listening, speaking, reading, and writing will be practiced, and you can also select some selective courses, such as the Chinese Taiji or Kuijin. Our university also provides a pre-foundation program for the students who wish to improve his academic Chinese vocabulary and refine their professional knowledge. And every July, we also offer a summer camp based on the University Alliance of the Silk Road. Students will study Chinese, listen academic lectures, and experience Chinese culture during the summer camp. So, as I mentioned, there are 80 majors for international students to apply for, and you can see what kind of majors the international students can apply. As for bachelor, we provide some international students the programs such as MBBS, which is clinical medicine, and dentistry, which are taught in English. And we also have established some typical Chinese taught bachelor programs, namely Chinese language, business Chinese, international economics and trade, big data, and etc. And these majors are established only for international students, and we hope to meet the needs of international students and the international employment situation. Well, in addition to undergraduate program, our university also offer a variety of master and doctoral programs, which can also be taught in English. So you can see there are so many majors on the screen that you can apply if you are gonna graduate from a university. Well, here are the tuition fees of our university for each program. And if you want to apply for a self-funded programs, so we will charge you 500 yuan per person. And if you are going to apply for a scholarship program, we will charge you 8 RMB for the application fee, because I saw a student asking about the application fee. So that's the application fee that you need to pay for. So if you want to know more about our tuition fee, you can go to our website to confirm. Well, let's move to the part of the scholarships. Well, most of the students may be very interested in it. Our university provides a lot of scholarship opportunities. Well, if you wish to apply for a bachelor program, and our financial aid will provide scholarship which can deduct tuition fees with different percentage and monthly living allowance. And we also provide a lot of scholarship opportunities, such as the Chinese government scholarship and 县交通思源 scholarship, International Chinese Language Teachers Scholarship, especially for the students who study Chinese, and the Xi'an Belt and Road Scholarship, which is sponsored by the Xi'an municipal government. Well, now let's see some pictures showing our university facilities and the campus life. And here is the university accommodation for international students in I Harbor campus. So we provide different types of rooms with different prices for international students. So, the apartment locates in the central area of our campus. So it's very convenient to go to classes, and all rooms are facilitated with shower and air conditioner. And here is the stadium, football field, and workshop, and you can take sports here. And Xi'an Jiaotong University is quite an engineering focused university. So we have many labs, but we also provide a lot of places, such as the cafeteria, for you to have food and communicate with your teachers or friends. And here are some pictures from libraries. We have different libraries in different campuses. So, every month we hold different activities for international students, such as the International Cultural Festival and International Students Party. And we really hope that you can explore and understand China more and make your study and life in China wonderful. Well, you may be curious about how you become a member of XJTU, because I saw a lot of students asking how to apply. Well, if you want to apply for an undergraduate program, you need to meet the following conditions. You need to have a high school diploma and certificate of HSK if you apply a Chinese taught program. And after the passing the initial review, we may take an interview of the applicants. Well, to apply for a master or PhD program, you need to obtain a degree or gonna receive one. And at the same time, you need to submit the recommendation letters, study plan, especially for the PhD applicant. And also you need to participate in the academic review. Well, this is the requirement for free foundation. We have two types of foundation program, which is international foundation program and 1+4 foundation bachelor programs. And the foundation courses can be arranged according to your HSK level. And we are also welcoming your application if you took SPM or GCSE, this kind of diploma. And on the left side of the screen, we have listed the required application materials. So it should be noted here that all materials only need electronic versions, and we may also ask for further materials according to your application. Well, after you prepared your materials, you can log into the online application system and register the application ID, fill in personal information, and upload your electronic version of the materials, and then pay the application fee, and then just wait for the follow-up email and interview notice. So if you need more detailed information, and we are welcoming you to visit our website for online application guide. Well, that brings me to the end of my introduction, and we sincerely welcome you to Xi'an Jiaotong University and the School of Marxism. And this is the contact information, and you can also scan the QR code on the right of the screen. And there are a lot of admission teachers answering your specific questions in the WeChat group. So you are also welcome to follow our Instagram and website. And then let's move to the last part of Q&A. So if you have any questions, and welcome you to ask me and Professor Zhu. Okay, thank you. Let's see some questions in the chat box. So let me see select some questions. You know, there is a student called Hiranda ask how to get the pre-admission letter from XJTU. Well, you know, if you go to this website, which is the online application guide, and there is a pre-admission letter guidance, especially for applying for CSC Type A. So you can just follow the steps on the application guide. Yeah. So this page. Yeah. So, you know, the teacher Huang has sent some websites. So you can just click in the application guide and to find your application guide for pre-admission of CSC Type A. Okay, so there is a student called Josh A. Ask, what is the degree title awarded for China Reform and Development PhD? So Professor Zhu, would you please to answer this question? Yeah.
I'm sorry. Which question?
Josh A. He asked that what is the degree title awarded for China Reform and Development PhD?
Oh yeah, the title is let me see, PhD degree for Marxism.
Yeah, I think Marxism. It will be given a law degree, right?
Yes, law degree.
Yeah. So if you graduate successfully, and you will get a law degree. And yes. You know, yeah. So you know, you are a student at Jinan University. So if you can continue your scholarship with a PhD program, well, you know, you have to reapply. You have to reapply your scholarship. So you can try to reapply China Scholarship Council, but so we will give you an interview and a comprehensive review about the scholarship. Yeah. So let me see some other question. Well, you know, the Samat asked that what is the study format? Did you mean that the study plan format? You know, we have also have a kind of template on our website. So, you know, if you click the link of application guide, you will see the link of data download, and there will be a template link, download link of study plan format. So we hope that you can write your study plan according to that template. Oh, I'm sorry, you mean the study format, the offline or online? Yeah, well, you know, now it's China has opened now, so you can come to China to study. So we offer offline courses, so you can come to China to have face-to-face courses. Yeah, so I'm very sorry that there are so many questions here, and I hope that you can scan the QR code in our on our page here, and we will answer your questions in our WeChat group. And thank you very much for your attention today, and also thank you for the great lecture from Professor Zhu. And we also hope students can listen our following lectures tomorrow and in other days. And thank you very much and welcome to Xi'an University. Thank you and see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.